And we're live. Hello, welcome in everybody. How you doing? Welcome into this this epic. This is what this is going to be, isn't it? It's going to be an absolute epic. Let's turn the adverts down a little bit. Welcome in, welcome in. How are we doing? Oh, what a weekend it has been already for me. Let me tell you that. Sat at home, doing my little work. Message from the wife from the hospital. They think I'm in labour. And, well, we're still waiting. So, apologies if the stream ends abruptly. It means we're off to the hospital. So I do apologise. But the birth of my son, sadly, comes above you. But anyway, we'll do what we can. We'll keep going as long as we can and we'll see what happens. No news yet. So, we should be good. We should be good. She's giving me her blessing. Right, I think we're back. Sorry about that. OBS just completely crashed on me. I do apologise. Eesh. Eloise. Crikey. Right, anyway. We are going to have to wiggle now because the players are starting to make their way out onto the field. So apologies if you were with us and now then you weren't for a second. I'm not sure what went wrong there. But anyway, out comes Kyle Sinclair. I think that's his 50th cap, isn't it? 6 years he's been playing for England. And it's a record-breaking day for Ben Youngs as well, even though he's off the bench. Hello, Sally Ann is here from Portugal. Welcome in, Sally Ann. Hope you're well. We are living the dream in Twickers. Obviously, we're not in Twickers. We're just north of London in Luton. And the weather is pretty good rugby weather today. A little bit fresh on the air, but it's nice and dry. Should be some good ball in hand rugby. Anyway, where you can watch this game, you can watch it on ITV in the UK or S4C. In Ireland you can watch it on RT Sports, and in the States you can watch it on Peacock. I've no idea where you can watch it in Portugal. I'm going to guess that it's on BN Sport, maybe. Anyway. England and Wales strongly condemn the aggressive nature of racism. Blah, 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 blah. Fantastic stuff. And we are also having a minute of applause for Jack Jeffrey, who died playing for Evesham RFC. Very, very sad. I think he ruptured his spleen. Awful stuff. My brother is there. Oh, let's go. Love a day out at Twickers. Got to make sure you got your bar coat on and your burgundy rah-rah chinos. Anyway, let's have a little run through these teams then. So we'll start with the home team, England, while they do the national anthems. For the forwards, we've got Elish Genge, Luke Cowan-Dickey and Carl Sinclair. Into the second rows, we've got Charlie Ewells and Maro Itoje. Courtney Laws in the back row alongside Tom Curry and Alex Dombrandt at number 8. Onto the backs, Harry Randall starts after a pretty solid performance against Italy. I liked his performance against Italy, but I will say that he was probably a little bit too sporadic, a little bit too quick off the pace. In at 10, Marcus Smith, the newspaper's saviour. Jack Knoll at 11. Manu Tuolangi is injured, so that's wrong. I'm not sure who's at 12. I'll bring that to you in a minute. I'm guessing it's going to be Slade at 12, Marchant at 13. I don't know. This hasn't updated. Never mind. Max Malin's at 14. And Freddie Stewart at fullback. Okay, on to Wales as their national anthem comes to its conclusion. Wyn Jones is in tight head with Ryan Elias in at hooker. Thomas Francis in at tight head. Into the second row, we've got Will Rowlands and Adam Beard. Ross Moriarty in the back row with Basham and Talupe Falatau. That is a tremendous looking back row, I've got to say. On to the backs then. Thomas Williams is in at 9. Dan Bigger in at 10. Josh Adams on the blind side wing. Nick Tompkins in at 12. Owen Watkins in at 13. Alex Cuthbert on the open side wing and Liam Williams at fullback makes up your Welsh starting 15. So, God Save the Queen comes to its conclusion at Twickenham then, while bursts of flames fire around Twickenham as the cameras span out to the wide angle above the stadium with the British Airways logos on the roof for those flying into Gatwick? Heathrow, isn't it? I can't remember. Might even be Stansted. Probably Heathrow. Can't remember. Right, anyway. Let me know in the chat as well who your winner is this afternoon. Who are you backing? Are you waving your leeks and daffodils, or are you waving your roses around? Let me know what's going on with you this afternoon. Where are you watching the game? Are you watching the game? Am I the only source you've got to know the score? If so, I apologise immensely. You poor soul. Right. Also, we've got a poll running as well. At the minute, 80% of you think that England are going to win this. 20% of you think Wales. Oh, God. Being English, I naturally want England to win this. It's two teams out of form, really, isn't it? It's two teams that haven't been playing their best rugby for the last 18 months. I think that's fairly fair to say. So this will be interesting. We got 9 likes already. Let's go. If you haven't yet liked the stream, of course, please feel free to hit that like button as well. Hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 870 subs. We're 1 away from it. So if you can help us get there, that'd be amazing. Anyway, let's get ball tracking up and running as well, because we haven't got that in front of us yet. We are having a mare this afternoon. There we go. There we go. So England will kick off. We are about 20 seconds behind ball tracking this afternoon, so that's not too bad. As Marcus Smith puts this one up into the air, right on the 22-metre line, and it is knocked forward and spilt by Watkins, and Itoje straight onto it, and England already on the front foot. This is how they wanted to start. Cowan Dickey carries up now. Randall, Dombrand. A little show and go from Smith, but it's read by Williams, and Dan Bigger's all over that, and his hands are no longer on the ball as the referee waves him away, and he's having a real good moan at the touch judge as well. Not happy about something at all. England deep into the Welsh 22 as they roll through the phases through. I'm not sure who that was, but Randall uses his forwards again. Oh, Jack Noel is was on that last one, and it is going to be a crossing penalty for Wales, and they go quickly, looking to keep that pace alive as Jack Knowles makes the tackle, but unsuccessfully able to bring down Cuthbert, and then England win the penalty. Jesus Christ, it's all going off. Let's go. 120 mile an hour rugby. This is what we want to see. This is what we've come to see. You pay your 70 quid for your ticket and you get your money's worth in the first 90 seconds. That's what we want. And we got to 10 likes. Let's go. Thank you so much for the 10 likes. It helps out so much. So thank you for that. Looks like Marcus Smith is going to kick the 3 points here. Let's see if we can get to 15 by half time. Let's see if we can get to 15 by half time. That'd be pretty cool. Right. So, already, we're just saying a little pause for breath as Marcus Smith cues up this kick. And so it is Slade at 12. And Elliot Daly steps up off the bench to outside centre. And Joe Marchant will play off the bench. Probably the better call, if I'm honest. And the kick is going to be good. It will sail over the posts just across the road from his familiar home of the Stoop. And England take an early lead. As he charges back, roaring at his players. Does Marcus Smith. He's really up for this. He wants some niggle. That's what I'm seeing from that. Right, so Bigger will get us back underway then. 3 minutes on the clock, 3 points on the board. And Bigger goes high into the afternoon sky. Oh, music's a bit too loud. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me get that. I haven't turned that down. Sorry, the monitor's not playing in my ears, so I do apologise. Right then. Is that a bit better? It's supposed to be just a little bit of background to hide my fan heater. As it's a bit of netball as the ball bounces around and Atoje flicks it back for Dombrandt. England on their own 10 as Genge carries up. Bit wayward from Randall and Smith able to recover and offload that to one of the forwards before Randall has seen enough of possession. Better. Sorry about that, Sally. I do apologise. As Randall puts that high up and Liam Williams got a bit of time but is being hunted down by Knowles and Curry. As Swinglow rings around Twickenham Stadium. And another penalty for England. Wales off feet and they go quick but it's called back. It's not taken from the mark and you would imagine it's pretty much in the same spot the last penalty was. So another 3 points possibly on the board. Take it outside an unconverted try. Maybe. Well, there we go. Yeah, it is going to be another kick for the posts. Commentary team just saying Wales not doing very well under the high ball at the minute, and I don't disagree. But just getting themselves a little bit isolated at the moment, and England are playing, well, both teams are trying to play at 120 miles an hour, so this kick will go through as well. It's pretty much the exact same spot as the last one. So he's already had a sighter that's just to tempt him in. And it goes through clean as a die. So 6-0 England. Here we go. So Dan Bigger racing back. Wants to get things underway again really quickly. Doesn't look too pleased that his team is 6 behind already. Just 5 minutes into the game. Keep those votes coming in as well. We've got 7 votes on the poll. Keep the likes coming in. All this good stuff is really helpful to the stream and really helpful to the channel. So I massively appreciate it. Thank you so much. We are nowhere near the big dogs of 2 cents or Squidge, but we can chip away at their little lead, can't we? We can chip away at it. Anyway, Randall puts this one up in the air. Onto the halfway for Williams, and it's timed perfectly by Curry. And England up strong in defence, looking to drive back this Welsh attack. And it does force Thomas Williams to feed Bigger. And Stewart tries to get that, and Tompkins nails one through. It's Elliot Daly, and he's carried it back over the line, so he is going to have to fight. And he's bundled into touch. It's going to be a 5 metre scrum for Wales, and all of a sudden the pressure from England becomes pressure on England. Great timing from Freddie Stewart, just trying to get above Cuthbert and ends up knocking it on, and Tompkins recognises that Freddie Stewart is way out of position and pumps it downfield in a grubber, and Elliot Daly, it just doesn't trickle over the line quick enough for him, and he ends up having to carry it back over, and he gets himself into all sorts of hot water, can't get the offload away. It's bundled into touch for a Welsh 5 metre scrum, which is being set as we speak. Breathe. Good gravy. What do we think as well about the Scotland game? Scotland-France. I thought Scotland looked amazing in the first half, and then they fell apart in the second half. They're really going to be... I mean, they keep tempting us into going, they're here, they've arrived, and then all of a sudden they just run out of steam. They just need a little bit of fitness, I think. Good day, Dickie. Very pleased to hear your missus joined the Labour Party. You fraud. Welcome into Big. Yes, she is in Labour. She's not in Conservative. Early engaged from England, so free kick for Wales, and they're going to reset this. Oi! Why's that not come up? Motorhoming for life. Oh, Sally, thank you so much for the sub. I think that gives us a 170. Sorry, 870. So thank you for that. Tommaso, as always, enjoying your channel. Thank you so much. Welcome in, buddy. Hope you're doing well. What are we saying? Get your Scale Electrics on order. Oh, what, for the baby? Wait, what? Right. I guess Scotland used up all their fuel against England. Was expecting them to bullshit their way through France. Yeah. In the first half, I thought if they can keep this up on France, then they're going to run away with this. But they just seem to... I mean, the break was perfectly timed for the French. They looked out on their arse. Yeah, they just ran out of steam. And once the French came back out and scored, it was very much like... Oh. Oh, what's happened here? Right, okay. So Mike Adamson throws his hand up for an England pen, and then just changes his mind and turns around and gives it a... Well, I think... Well... Okay, fair enough. Sorry about that. Just trying to work out what happened there. So basically, Ellis Skenge went down first, but Mike Adamson changed his mind. So it is going to be a Welsh line out now on the 5. Trying to drive this forward. And it comes down and illegally, says referee Mike Adams. So it is going to be a penalty advantage to Wales as they wrestle around the 5 metre line now. Moriarty. It's spun out into Beard. Tompkins. Touch across in there, and we'll come back for the original advantage. Number 2 collapse in the scrum, and Bigger trots over and boots that into touch. Also, fuck the ruggers, mate. My temper... made me temporarily forget about the sorry state in the world at the moment. Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to avoid the words, but yeah, no, it's a sad, sorry state of affairs. And we can only think ourselves extremely lucky that we've got something to distract us, such as the Ruggers. But yeah, to big, if you see any Russians in here, boot them out. We don't want nothing to do with Russia. Right. Anyway, Wales lose the line out, and England will box kick away, which Randall does successfully. Cuthbert, testing out Williams' hamstrings there, and he gets the pass back from Williams. Cuthbert, and it's a great tackle in the end from Freddie Stewart, but they made huge meters back. And a penalty to England. Yeah, first time all week I felt like that. Just felt like sharing. No worries, mate. Yeah, I thought about it before stream. I was like, oh God, do we acknowledge it? Do we just sort of like pretend it's not there and just try and use this as some light relief? But yeah, I think for England, and they are rolling this more forward now. As Wales try and work their way around, and number 6 around us changing his bounds. So Ross Moriarty, another penalty against Wales, and they seem to be giving away a lot of these. I think we're back now. I think we're back. Sorry, I think Russia shut us down for a second there. So we'll stop talking about Russia because they don't like us. Right. We are trying to get to 15 likes by half time, by the way. So if you haven't yet liked the stream, please feel free to do so. It helps us out immensely as Slade puts this into touch. We're on 10 at the moment. And Luke Kandicky then will set up the line out. Speaking of the Russians, here's one, look. Get out. Anyway, here comes Freddie Stewart. On to Curry. Oh, a little cheeky step from Smith, and then the offload to Genge. Not held in the tackle as it goes a bit scrambly as Faletau tries to disrupt Randall. And again, another penalty at the breakdown against Wales. Wales really struggling here with staying on their feet and also rolling away. This time it was a rolling away infringement, and well, it's a beautiful little show and go from Marcus Smith. Gets on the weak arm of Beard and just allows Marcus Smith just to break the tackle. So another penalty and another opportunity, this time to put England outside of a score. And Marcus Smith will cue this up. Ball tracking's got him 2 from 5. Well, this will be for 3 from 3. Predicted kick success 82%. Today he's 2 from 2. So England fans will be hoping. Let's have a look at the poll while he's just lining this up. And 75% of you think England are going to win this. 12 votes on the poll. Do get your votes in. Keep those votes coming in as well throughout the game. We'll see how that swings and changes as Smith pushes this one wide. Dear oh dear oh dear. That's not a great kick. Not sure if you watched the Squidgy Rugby's recent video, but he said Wales coaching team don't really know what they're doing with the breakdown. There you go. I haven't watched Squidgy's latest one yet, no. I haven't had a chance, to be fair. But I do love a bit of Squidge. Do you feel that as well? I was having this discussion with someone on Twitter the other day. I feel like the Wales coaching team in general are just a shade behind the curve. It just feels like Wales under Pivac have just been playing 5% behind everybody else. And they just seem to be relying on experienced heads to get them through. Which is a real shame, because they looked so good under Gatlin. They were such a threat. And under Pivac, it feels like a step backwards. Padraig! Hello! Welcome in, buddy. Welcome in. Good to see you. How are you? As Randall puts this one up and puts this one up again, there's not many people home as Williams has to chase and Daly's rags him down, and England are all over this, and it's into touch. In the end, it squirts out of the side, and touch judge not entirely sure which way he wants to give it. He's going to give it to England. So it will be an England line out, about 7 metres out. They've tried to go quickly, and referee's not having any of it. So, I mean, it's fair enough. The line out's been set. So, yeah. I think the cracks with the Welsh team started appearing just before the last World Cup under Gatlin. May have done. Yeah, I just feel they're just 5% behind at the minute, and they seem to be in decline. That's all I'm saying. You know, you can talk about the Jam Slam last year all you want and say, oh, they were amazing. I don't think they were. I think they relied a little bit on luck. David Wilson, I'm an Englishman in the deepest Wales with no TV and lost my radio, so I'm really pleased I found you. What's happened to Owen Farrell? Farrell's injured and is out for the tournament, I believe. He didn't quite get back from his operation. So no Farrell for the Six Nations. Instead, Marcus Smith is in at 10. In the meantime, England are rolling forward. Deep in the Welsh 22, about 7 metres out. David, welcome in, by the way. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Feel free to drop a sub, and we're live most weekends, whenever we can be. A hint of forward about that, but Randall is happy with it in England. Oh, they're just short of the line. Everything to do now as Welsh bodies are strewn around the 5 metre line. And wow, who is that? Who is that? That's Thomas Francis. Somebody go and get hold of Thomas Francis, because he can barely hold his own weight. He's all over the shop trying to get back into the line. And also Owen Watkin is got a bit of a gash on his eye there. Wow, Charlie Ewells is short. David Wilson, you're in hostile territory. Find shelter immediately. Right, so we're just checking this Owen Watkin little bit. There was a stray hand, but I think it was more of a running hand. That's fantastic from Laws. Is arching his back and stretching maybe a whole 1.5 meters back behind him to take that. And Jonathan Davis will come on to make as Owen Watkin makes way for a blood replacement. So we're going to go and get some stitches in Watkin's eyebrow. And Wales have the scrum. Wait, what's going on here? Right, we're going to check something now. So we've had all that time standing around with an injury, and now the referee wants to go upstairs. This is why people get frustrated with rugby. We've had plenty of time to go and check something with the TMO, and now he wants to go upstairs and waste more time. Right, so we're gonna check how this ball came out of Charlie Hughes' possession. Was it in the tackle or was it on the floor? Well, Liam Williams is not on his feet. He's part of the ruck. And he's had a little swipe at the ball as it's lifted. And then he's reached straight for his ear to say, oh, I've been kicked in the head. Oh, dear. Naughty, naughty. And Williams will go to the bin for a yellow card. Not what Wales would have wanted. Yeah, I'm in my bunker, just in case. Scenes you love to see. Welcome in, David. Welcome, welcome. I hope you stick around and become part of the community. We'd love to have you. Right then, so it goes from a Welsh scrum to an English scrum. So, huge pressure on Wales as they defend their own 5-metre line. Oy vey. And finally, how is he still on the pitch? Finally, we're now removing Thomas Francis for a HIA. The man could barely stand. He fell in. So he got up off the 5-metre line. He was a bit wobbly getting up. And then as he got up, he fell into the... what you call it? The post protector. And then had to use the post protector to support his weight because his legs wouldn't hold him. Unbelievable scenes that a physio has decided that he is fit to stay on the field. But there you go. Thankfully, we now have independent doctors in the stands watching tape, and he has been deemed unfit to continue without a HIA. So he'll be off for 10 minutes to have that checked. And we'll bring on, I think they brought on Dewey Lake. Anyway, we'll get this scrum reset again as Wales wheel and England unhappy. So 21 minutes on the clock, or 22 minutes on the clock now, sorry. And for the last 10 minutes, it's been a little bit of nonsense. Just poor admin from the referee, really. Spoiled what has been an awesome start to this game. But I'm not going to lie, probably one or two of these players were probably grateful of the breather. Having said that, 18 minutes left on the clock. 14 votes on the poll. 79% of you calling for an England win. 21% of you in the Wales camp. 11 likes on the stream. Let's see if we can get it to 15 by half time. We've got 18 minutes. If you haven't yet liked or subscribed, then make sure you do that. It helps out the channel massively. Your like helps see a few more, helps let a few more people see the stream. So I'd be really grateful if you could help us out there. Right then. So we've just moved this across off the cut up turf that the last scrum caused, and we will have another go at this scrum. And this time it's gone against Carl Sinclair, who stood up immediately, wasn't comfortable. And the referee has pinged him for it, sick of resetting the scrum. Well, the front rows are all over the place. Well, if you're not comfortable, you're not comfortable. And Sinclair's done the right thing in that case, but the referee has also done the right place in penalising him, because it was getting a bit out of hand, the amount of resets we were having. So, not what English fans want, but probably the right decision in the end. But player safety is paramount, of course. Right, from the line out just outside of the 22. Wales set up a maul, and England will do what they can to disrupt this as they swim round the sides and over the top, and Williams will kick that long. Stewart, who finds Knowles, who will inevitably never pass the ball, and will make his way down at halfway. Dombrandt cuts back inside and boshes off the first tackler. I say boshes off. He's been stripped by Tame Basham. Great work from him. And now Wales up to halfway, looking to inject some pace of their own as they find Rowlands out in midfield off 10. And then they knock it on, and Itoje gathers and will offload that to Randall, who doesn't do well. And oh, that's nasty. Oh, as the passes come in, it was on his toes. He's knocked it on. Oh, Cowan-Dickie's in a world of trouble here. He's basically had a player dive through his knee. Perfectly legal within the bounds of the game. It's just an unfortunate rugby incident. Basham does great work there from Basham for the strip on Dombrandt. And wow, Basham tries to slap away the tackle of just seen the tackle in slow-mo on Luke Cowan-Dickie. I'm calling that is the end of his day, if not his season. Oh, it's a nasty one. It's a nasty one. So plenty going on there. We've got a gouge on Courtney Law's eye. It's not intentional. Basham has played to swipe away an arm, but in doing so has clawed his face and caught his eye. So again, another rugby incident there. Nothing cynical. And then Luke Cowan-Dickie, as he's gone to pick up the pass, he's got his landing leg stuck underneath him, and Ross Moriarty has driven through his shin and knee, and there's some serious hyperextension there, and I would imagine that is probably the end of Luke Cowan-Dickie's season. Not his day. I'm calling that's probably the end of his season. That looks dirty. Right, so after an electrifying start to this game, it has gone a little bit stale in terms of lots of stoppages and lots of pauses and things like that. And Courtney Law's just having a word with Mike Adamson about the scrum as well, just trying to get an understanding of what picture Mike Adamson wants set. Right.
Give me one, brother.
Very good, very nice. Hey!
Hello, chicken nugget.
There we go. Sally finally come through. Hello, mate. The ref is not having a great game. How's the wife? The wife is probably in better fettle than the ref. He's not had a great game, has he? Although I say this, and the ref in the France-Scotland game, I commented on Twitter about this. How many seatbelt tackles were allowed to go for both sides? Yeah, Cowan-Dickie limping off now. He's going off under his own weight, but he's not happy. And Jamie George will enter the field. So both sides having to utilise the bench early. Yeah. Wife's good as well, by the way. She's no baby yet. No baby yet. Right, we are 3 likes away from 15 and we've got 16 minutes left of the half. Can we get there? Can we do it? 5 minutes left on the yellow card as well, as England will have the scrum. And Randall switches play. Marcus Smith with his famous jumping goose step that gets Malins into trouble. And eventually England are able to wrestle back possession through the breakdown. Slade finds Daly, who puts boot to ball. And it's into touch, into the 22. It will be carried back, so it's not going to be a 50-22, but it will be a Wales line out. Is the missus at the hospo? No. She's at home. She's at home. Wales trying to go quickly off the line out. Now, under the laws, that was perfectly legal. The line out was set. Both teams were there. And, Don Brandt with his long arms gets there. And it could have been a try for England. But Mike Adamson says no. Oh, just to the mods there. If you've got a blue spanner hammer, can you see this John Hauser comment? It's just come in with this dodgy link. I'm not sure what these bots are and what they're up to, but they're bloody annoying. Noel then looking to find some room up to the Welsh 10. Curry plays scrum half. And a juggle from Stewart, and it's spilled, and Josh Adams looking to find a way, and a bit of Harlem Globetrotters from Wales as Cuthbert now runs upfield, goes through Noel. Moriarty up to the 10-metre line and still going, and it's spilled out the side, and Don Brandt will get hold of it. And then Atoji gets hold of it, but we are going to come back for a knock-on in the scrum. Thanks to Big. Yeah, if we see any of those sorts of links, guys, at least you can't click the link. No, we've got it set up so people can't put proper links in. But yeah, if we see any of those links, if you can just do exactly what you've done, that would be marvellous. Marvellous. Throw that banhammer at them. Dirty Russians. Right. I can't say that. They'll kill my internet. Right. So we have a scrum down for England. About halfway into their own half. Given the conditions, though, I am amazed we're nearly 30 minutes into this game without a try. At the speed we've been playing this. Getting political, aren't we? No, we're not. Up the toys. I mean, no, we're not. Oh, God. Can I have 12 bottles of bleach, please? Right. Oh, it's up into Malins, and well, it's going to be knocked on into touch. The touch judge has given it to Wales. It's pretty much 50-50. It's a great nudge by Bigger. Well, that should be a line out for England, but it's been given to Wales. This ref defo has a rose up his ass. Are you having a laugh? I think he's been poor for both sides. Right, so Wales spill the ball at the line out, and it will be England ball. 79% of you think that England are going to win this. 21% of you think Wales. Still 3 likes away from the magic 15. 12 minutes left on the half as Smith offers this wide. Slade offers the kick, but ends up ducking inside, and before he tries the same tactic twice and ends up getting cut down. Don't shame other people's sexual preference. Try watching it in a red shirt. Well, I put a green t-shirt on today, just to try and be neutral. Yeah, here come Wales then. England kick the ball away, and Basham will try and run it up, but he's met by Courtney Laws, and again Wales can't stay on their feet at the breakdown, and again Wales concede another penalty. They have been poor. Little bit of love there. Scenes you love to see. Scenes you love to see. Right. So, Marcus Smith 2 from 3, and he's going to have another bash. He's just, as we look at it, it's just outside the left hand upright and about 39 metres out. The yellow card is up, so after this, Liam Williams will return to the game. So this will go through, and that yellow card has only cost them 3 points, so pretty good return. No, the ref has been poor. I agree. He hasn't. I don't think any of the officiating today has been good. If I'm being honest, I think I can't remember his name now, but he was an English ref in the Scotland-France game. I thought he had a really bad game. I think he missed a lot, and I think, especially around the high tackle, maybe offer the ref a leak. He might like that more. It's wide. It's got more girth than a rose, isn't it? Anyway, Noel is just able to secure possession there from the kickoff, and Cuthbert there trying to make a nuisance of himself at the breakdown with Laws, and that's probably not a wise move from him, but nonetheless, England roll around the corner with the forwards, and Randall will go to the air for Williams to retrieve and get slotted by Curry and Dombrandt. Dickie got the right ideas. He wants more girth, not thorns. Yeah, I see you, De Big. I see you. Get him a leak. Anyway, Watkin. Watkin to Bigger. Hint of forward about that, but everybody's happy with it as, again, Knowles gets sat down by Cuthbert, and Williams, back fresh, is eventually brought down, and Daly just has a little nudge on the defending ruck there, just to say, hi, I look like I'm involved. Wales rolling through their fifth phase in a carry with Moriarty, as Tompkins gets nailed by Yules. And Watkin. And it's gone backwards from Wales as Talupe Faletau tries to get down the wing, and Tom Curry gets the tap away. Jesus, a bit of a difficult one to call there. The roses are ribbed for his pleasure. Where are we going with this? What am I reading? Oh, getting pegged by a leek and a rose. What's your preference? Drop it in the chat. Would you rather be pegged by a leek or a rose? Should we start a poll? Right. Okay, so it is going to be a scrum down, and it is going to be Wales. I'm guessing that Tom Curry knocked it on after Talupe Faletau dropped it backwards. Guessing. Don't know. Anyway. Part of the game this afternoon that really hasn't worked has been the scrum for both teams. But this one seems to be holding as it collapses just as the ball is played away. And Bigger looking to use a couple of loops to get Cuthbert out on the wing. And Daly and Noel double team him. As up comes this English defence, and Tom Curry straight in over the top. Hints of in the side from Falatau, but allowed to continue by the referee. Again, Laws over the ball, but good work from the Welsh clearers as Wales progress up towards the 22. It was all going to go downhill. Well, there won't be any pull out before. Oh, hang on. You knew where this was going the moment I said good day. Well, there won't be any pull out before then. It was all going to go downhill. It always goes downhill in this stream. We got smut on the mind in here, and we love it. We love it. As Bigger moves it out to Tompkins, who recognises a bit of space in backfield and boots a ball, and Freddie Stewart is forced to gather it early and kick it away, and it's an absolute cracking nudge off inside his own 5, and he is back inside the 22 as England go quick from the big nudge of Bigger. Jack Knoll running forward to halfway. Great work from him. He is making meters today. I think I dropped him out my fantasy team because I thought he had a head injury. Only going to perpetuate it. And it's going to be a 50-22 for England. Williams can't get up with the ball. And the saviour, Marcus Smith, according to the Times, has put that into touch. 5 metres out for an England line out off his own 10. That's a glorious nudge, but it doesn't mean he's the best player in the world. Let's just make that clear. He's a good player, but he's not the best player in the world. Right, okay, so a line out for England on the 5. Oh, it's a little bit of to and fro. This game started with so much promise. In the first 4 or 5 minutes, this game was electrifying, and it's just gone a little bit. It's gone a little bit poopy bum bum. Yes, you did. What's that? Oh, I only perpetuated it. Oh, when hasn't this stream been fraudulent? Anyway, we digress. 8 of you beautiful people in here. So thank you so much for joining me for this. Damn this shit. England have won 3 lineouts, lost 1. I think it was the same for Wales as well, but the graphic moved before I could see it, so I'm not sure. Right then. By the way, Rugby Forecast has got England to win this by 10 points at a probability of 82%. Just to make you feel a little bit better, Fleshing. I hope that helps. Yeah, 9 of you beautiful people in here. If you haven't yet liked the stream, please do. We're trying to get to 15 likes by half time. Currently, we have 5. Anyway, Wales have the line out on halfway, and they will, on their own 22, and they will drive this with the maul. Wales in possession then, trying to work this upfield. As they move infield slightly. And they will go now to the boot and kick this away. Just 3 minutes left on the half. 14 likes. Let's go. Come on, we're 1 away. Who will be that guy or girl? But I think we lost everybody because I think we had a fraudulent moment with the stream. OBS is moving mad today again. Right. Marcus Smith puts this one up then. And it looks like England are going to try and settle for kick tennis to see out the half. Just offer Wales the opportunities from deep within their own territory. As Williams looks to find Beard and get some better field position before he sets the caterpillar and will kick this away. And again, kept in field, and Wales will give England possession on halfway, and Sinclair hands this off to a Toji. A little bit of a stutter from Randall allows Wales to put some pressure on Smith, who's just about able to get it away before in the next breakdown he'll carry it himself, and Jamie George will play scrum half for Charlie Ewells. Now Knowles playing scrum half, everybody having a go as Dombrant carries up. 5 phases played, and finally Randall returns to his position, and Wales again can't not roll away. I have to go to a party in a house full of England fans for the second half. Fleshing, it's going to be an awful second half for you as Malins is up, but and it squirts out. Malins just about to able to sneak that away from the clutches of Wales as advantage still rolls for England. Dombrant carries up into the centres. Curry, Atoje, Smith finds Laws in midfield now. A little bit isolated again. England just finding themselves just one-up carriers ever so often, but Smith looking for dog legs and almost finds them as Randall goes blind and finds Noel. Noel in no danger of ever passing the ball. Never has been, never will be. As Randall has a little show and go. Oh, he's just brought down by Williams. And England now 7 metres out, looking to end this half in style. Smith's sideshow Bob is now very annoying. It's the flick, isn't it? It's like he's got like some Tourette's twitch as Smith finds Dombrant inside him. As Wales aren't able to roll away. Is that Moriarty on the floor? It is Moriarty on the floor, not rolling away and sort of just lying all over the ball and rolling around like a wet fish on a harbour side. But yeah, no real effort to roll away. Just playing the game there, trying to slow the ball down. And again, I think England have pointed at the post. So again, these penalties racking up aren't being converted into tries. They are just being taken in dribs and drabs. But it all counts. It all counts. We'll take 4 points against Wales over 5. And I mean, there's loads of opportunity for him to roll away there. And he's just trying to slow things down. A little bit of gamesmanship from him. Don't mind that. But he's been caught on this occasion. I'm trying to be impartial here. I'm trying not to say he shithoused that. I'm trying really hard not to say he's been an absolute bellend there, and he's given away a penalty that he should have never given away. But yeah, it's a bit of gamesmanship, and we all do it. So you've got to let him go. You've got to let him go. One more like is required as the clock goes red. Can we get to 15 likes before we break for the half? I don't think we're going to do it. Really? I'm trying not to. I'm trying to be impartial, Fleshing. I'm trying to be Fleshing, impartial. I thought I was doing an okay job of it, but maybe not. Anyway, half time at Twickenham. It is England 12, Wales 0. It's been a bit scrappy from both sides. See. I didn't say Wales was shit. They haven't been great, but neither have England, so I can't say that either. I'm being impartial, Fleshing. Right. Apparently Ant Deck Saturday Night Takeaway is on tonight. Nobody cares. I hate rugby on ITV. Let me know as well in the chat. What is your preferred rugby provider? There you go. Yeah. Are you a BT fan? Do you like ITV? Do you prefer the BBC? Do you like Super Sports? Do you like Channel 9? Do you like Premier Sports coverage? Who's your go-to? The ref has been shite. For both sides, though, Fleshing. I don't think he's been great either way. But yeah. Right. Anyway, half time at Twickenham. I'm going to take a tiny break because I'm looking at the bottom of my cup and it is absolutely bone dry. Rugby Pass before they've decided to fuck it. Yeah, Rugby Pass was great. The only thing I didn't like about Rugby Pass is there was no analysis. It was just like, you were just sort of like sitting there going like 3 minutes before the game going, is it going to start? Have they actually got it? Yeah, I really hate rugby on ITV. Oh, it's annoying, isn't it? It's awful. The analysis is shit. I've seen better analysis at 1 o'clock in the morning in a rugby club members bar. I stream it. From where, though? From where? We all stream it. But where are you streaming it from? Like, who's your go-to? Also, Premier Rugby TV. That's the new thing this week, isn't it? Premiership Rugby have announced that they are going to do that. Anyway, right, we're going to take a break for the half. We'll be back in just a minute. I will leave you with these stats in the meantime. I'll be right back. Right then, welcome back in to the stream. Oh, let's go. 19 likes on the stream as well. Let's just run through a couple of these stats while I finish my halftime cigarette. Possession-wise, England 68%, Wales 32%. Interested to see that it evened up a little bit more towards the end of the half there. 54% of the last 10-minute possession for England. But look at that time in the opposition 22. 2 minutes in the opposition 22 for Wales without reward. Just not being clinical enough at the moment, you would feel. I'd imagine a lot of that, though, has been scrums and lineouts because they have kicked an awful lot. We are working on a halftime show as well, by the way, to keep you entertained during the halftime break. If you're not already in the Discord, I would love nothing more than you to join the Discord. Oh, don't go now. I don't know if we're back. Right, anyway. I'll start again. We are working on a halftime show. And for that halftime show, I would love nothing more for you to send in your club pictures. So if you've got a shirt of the club you play for, send in a picture of your shirt, send in a picture of your team playing, and we will add it to the halftime show. A little bit of fan art, if you like, or if you are an artist and you've done some fan art, then send that in as well. Send it in on the Discord. I'll pop the link in now. ! Discord in the chat. If you want the link to the Discord, come and join the Discord. Come and have a chat. All things rugby. We're here for you all week long. And we will chat rugby all day anyway. Right then. Just reading back through the chat. Flesh and you fraud, putting out bloody what streaming website you use. Jesus. You'll give your computer the digital version of AIDS going to those streaming sites. Yeah, go and find yourself a dodgy Dave in a pub and get one of them dodgy fire sticks if you're going to do it. Much safer for you. The wife says that's what... Right. I love you and leave you. I have to go off to a Welsh superficial lamb to be the Welsh superficial lamb at an English party. Oh no! Quick poll: London Pride or red wine in his mug? Whose mug? Your mug? Oh, in my mug? Oh, mate. Normally, David. Normally, I have a beer. Normally, we're on the kangaroo piss. We're normally drinking a can of Foster's, or we've had Carlsberg on the last couple of streams just because my local Tesco started selling it in pint cans and it was just more enjoyable that way. But yeah, no, I'm on the coffee because the wife's in labour. So yeah, I know you don't drink Foster's. It's all about 4X over there, but that's why we call it kangaroo piss, because like. We don't actually think that Australians drink kangaroo piss, but they pretend that it's Australian, don't they? And it's like Australians' favourite beer. We're on the X-ray Pitty. What's that? What's that? What's that you drinking? X-ray Pitty. Let's have a little Google of this. I might have to get onto this gravy train. Professional artist with a... Oh. Well, Sally, jump in the Discord and send me one of the pictures they've done for you. Oh, these look really good. Yeah, if you send the picture you want us to use in, then we can use it, because then I've got a trail of consent, haven't I? VB actually. 4X is Queensland beer. All right, all right. Elon Musk's newest child. Is Elon Musk's newest child? Well, it's all NFTs. Ooh. But the artwork's lovely. Right. The players are coming back out. Johnny Wilkinson is still quaffing his nonsense on the punditry. I mean, the ITV punditry is hard work. I mean, I love oh god, what's his name? Gavin Thomas, I think it is the Welsh pundit. I love him. I think he's a great pundit because he's just a little bit of banter, bit of insight. He's got a bit of everything. Seems you love to see 20 likes as well on the stream. Let's go. Let's see if we can get to 30 by full time. Thank you so much for joining us. Sam Simmons is on the pitch. Portuguese liquor shot. Ooh, let's go. Right. Tom Curry is off. So, not sure who's going to skip the side. But the noise blares out around Twickenham as the Let's Go banners flash across the digital advertising hoardings. I'll take my like away. Okay, Michael. Welcome in. Good to see you. I mean, what are you coming in with this hostility for? You just walked into the stream and you're firing hostilities. Anyway, kick off and is returned. Twerk. No, we don't twerk here. We only throw a dab. Right. As Stewart takes the high ball with Faletau, but Stewart comes out on top and drives up to the English 10. Not sure what's happened to Tom Curry, so we'll bring that to you as the commentary team bring it to us as Malin's out on the wing, gets the offload away to Daly. Randall was up to his left-hand side, but overshot the run, and Genge bounces off the first tackle and into the second as he drives to try and get his knees down. And does so successfully, and Smith just looking for options and not a lot on for him, so hands it off to Laws, who carries forward. Smith again gives to Jamie George. England starting this second half the same way they started the first, with vigour and pace, as hands go to floor and Zach Yules just managing to keep hold of that on the floor. And no release from the tackler, but he's allowed to continue as he ends up walking through the back of the ruck and line on the floor. So all good there from the Welsh tackler, as Smith now finds Knowles, who does pass the ball to Stewart. England looking to stress this Welsh defence early. Be nice, please. Yeah, don't get sent to the gulag, Michael. Don't bring your hostilities in here. Save it for TK stream. As Slade looks to find a hole, but it's not quite there. And again, Wales doing well defensively to repel this English attack that's rolling into its third. Right, I think we're back. Apologies, and it all went horribly wrong for the briefest of brief seconds there, as it did for Wales as they concede the try. They go over the top of the line out. Nobody's there other than Dombrandt, and Dombrandt runs in to score the try. And now that's been confirmed, and Marcus Smith will kick the conversion. So, as it stands, 17-0 to England. Okay. I really got it. And that one sails wide, so it will remain 17-0. Apologies if we lost you for a second there. I'm going to have to do some work on this, because this is a bit of a horror show. And Dombrandt. Oh, there's just nobody home in the line out. And Dombrandt's able to run it in. It's Cuthbert trying to... on the last-ditch defence. And Thomas Williams, lucky to be still on the field, if I'm honest, because he's gone in with a slide tackle to try and win that back. Anyway, Wales win the ball at the kick-off. And Thomas Williams then finds a little hole, and Wales up into the 22 now. So instant pressure back on as we restart this game, as Moriarty tries to flick one over the top. And it's gone back off White. So England will get the ball back and will be able to relieve some of this pressure through the boot of Randall inside their own 22. So you'd imagine they'll go directly for touch. And they do. And Randall makes sure it's clear of Bigger's head so that he can't go quickly. And Wales will have the line out just inside the English half. Oy vey. Right, let's have a look at this poll. 71% of you think England. 29% of you think Wales are going to creep back into this. I'm not sure they will, but we love a dreamer. We love a dreamer. As Wales retain possession and go off the top at the line out. And Faletau will carry up in midfield just inside the Welsh half. Tompkins offering it to Watkin, who's back on the field after a few stitches in his eyebrow, and that's all gone backwards. And Wales have no advantage. And we're coming back for... Oh, excuse me. Not sure what we're coming back for. Well, it's going to be a scrum. Oh, okay. It's going to be a scrum because it hit the referee in the leg. So that's why they had the advantage. As Swing Low rings out. Racist or not. Racist or not. It's a beautiful hymn. Rings out around Twickenham. And it's a beautiful sound to my ears. That's for sure. Okay. So, Wales with the scrum. Thomas Williams just waiting for this to go in as Mike Adamson blows his whistle and England concede another scrum penalty. Going again. Right, we're back. And Adams carrying up to the 5 now. Williams, Elias, Bigger, Thomas. Itoje over the ball, and Itoje wins it back by the looks of it. Won it back on his feet, but he's now off his feet as he tries to place this back. Turnover's fine, so ball lost. And Randall will kick this clear. Great defensive work from Itoje to steal that there. And it will find touch. There you go. Just coming in from the commentary team there. 5 trips to the 22 for Wales. Not a single point taken. That's a big problem on the international stage. That's for sure. Okay. So, just inside the English 10, Wales have the line out as they give it to Adams to carry up heavy. Wales looking to inject the same pace England have been injecting and do so fairly successfully as Laws annihilates Bigger, but he just gets the offload away on the inside as the hit comes in. Beard carries up now and that's Dombrandt over the ball and he creates a great picture for the referee and England win the penalty. More breakdown woes for Wales. I mean, there was an argument there. You could have given that one to Wales because it did look like Dombrandt dropped a knee at one stage there, but referee wasn't well placed to see it, and Dombrandt's got away with one. 7 out of their 9 penalties conceded have been at the breakdown, so Those that mentioned Squidge Rugby's video earlier, you ain't wrong. They got some breakdown trouble. Right. Kate and William being shown on the screen there as well. Kate had her first game since becoming patron of the RFU. As, seatbelt tackle there from Genge. Was it Basham was going to look into make his way upfield, but Genge was there to rip him down and not legally. So Bigger will kick this way downfield, and will find touch just inside the England 22. $20 votes so far on the poll. 75% of you think England. 25% of you in the Welsh camp. As Tompkins carries up, then Bigger finds Adams and pokes one through for Cuthbert, and the bouncing bomb for, was that Malins in the end? He has to dive onto that and slide into touch with it. Good work from him in the end, because it wasn't a comfortable take. And Cuthbert all over him straight away, wanted to go quickly. So, you know, respect that. Of course, if you haven't already hit like on the stream, please feel free to. We'll try and get to 25 likes by the end of the half. That'd be great. Pending OBS holds on that long, because it is trying its best to be as fraudulent as possible, as Wales just about hold on to this line out. It's a juggle from both teams, and we're going to... Ball tracking's done us dirty. We know something's coming. As Wales driven back in the tackle, about 7 metres out. Up comes Thomas and Rowlands now. Watkin. And it's thrown out. Oh, it's a beautiful try. It's a beautiful try. Williams has absolutely fizzed a two-man miss pass out onto the wing. And finally, Welsh voices around Twickenham can celebrate as Josh Adams sneaks in the corner. Pinpoint, flat, hard precision from Thomas Williams to put... How many... Yeah, it's a two-man 15-metre miss pass. It absolutely fizzes it, sucks in three defenders, and Josh Adams then is allowed to just stroll into the corner. Freddie Stewart left in no man's land, and Wales can breathe a sigh of relief that they are not going to get nilled at Twickenham. But still a mountain to climb. They are still 12 points behind. Plenty of time on the clock to draw this back, though. Bigger gets this. It's a penalty and a try to level the game. So, or converted try, sorry, to level the game. But Bigger does not get this. He pulls it near. So it will remain 17-5. Oh, that's exceptional work from Thomas Williams. Absolutely fizzes the jizz off it. Maybe that can become a new catchphrase. Fizz the jizz off it. Right, so England kick off into the 22, and Wales will look to clear their lines through the boot of Williams. And they keep that in field for Freddie Stewart to catch, and Simmons to bounce off the first tackler, and needs a further two to bring him to ground. Smith looking for options and finds Genge, who drives, that gets that leg drive going forward to the 10. And, well, Tompkins has dived over the top and caught the 9, but referee's happy with that and Not so sure myself, but here's what it is. We let it play as England roll up through Itoje now, and Smith looks to flash play back the other way with the backs, and Slade is captured. 6 phases, and Genge is looking to do some solid work as he probably is coming to the end of his shift now with 56 minutes on the clock. Laws then carries up. Forwards now setting themselves in and around Smith to work more off 10 rather than 9. As Simmons is snaffled by Bigger. And, well, Wales have got the turnover there. I'm not sure there was anything legal about that, but we roll as Williams now fires down the field, is being chased by Ellis Genge, and Freddie Stewart does all he can to get the ball, and we are going to come back for the knock on there. Bigger juggles the ball and drops it and regathers it, and it's all go at Twickenham. Wales scrapping to get back into this. Great game of ruggers. This is the sort of shit you love to see. Wow. I tell you what, it's great work from Basham, actually. I take it back about the Basham turnover. It's great work from Basham. Just watching it on the replay. He loses his foot after he's lifted the ball. So it is legal. Good decision from the referee. In real time, in the moment, it looked like it just dived over the top and just grabbed hold of the ball. But no, it's all legal. So, 5 metre line out. Wait, what? How did we get to this? Okay, for some reason, we've got a 5-metre line out to Wales. As they go up and down into the maul. England instantly try and sack it, but they do so illegally, so advantage coming for Wales. This game has just ignited. It looked like it was going to be a dead rubber at half-time. It was all England's traffic, and now all of a sudden Wales, you've got to keep your foot on this Welsh team's throat. If history has told us anything, you don't give them a chance to get back into it. Wales have their tails up and are flashing their kitty cat for Jazzle. Have you seen them things? They're really weird. Oi, 18 of you in here. Let's go. Welcome in, everybody. If you're new to the stream, smash the like button. It helps us out immensely, as Wales had the penalty on the 5-metre line, and they have opted for the line out, which hasn't been kicked to touch and has now. We're trying to get to 25 likes by full time. If we can get to 25 likes by full time and you haven't liked it, let's go. Let's get that like button tapped. Right then, so Wales up and down into the maul. This time brought down legally. It looks like they brought it down themselves. So Williams will dig for it and eventually finds it. And Faletau, but driven back, but gets the offload to Tompkins, who's wrestling with Smith. Just 5 metres out now. Here comes Faletau again, and again is met with heavy resistance. Wales looking to find a way back into this game as Williams has a little snipe, but that's Genge there. Genge's a fabulous game. Faletau with the pick and go. And ball track has done us dirty again. Oh, we've got a proper game on our hands. As Wales creep up, they're just a metre out now. Williams offering the pick and go. Referee just reminding. Oh, this is a great camera angle as well, just on top of the post protector, as England set their defensive line right on the line. It flies out wide to Tompkins, and he's in over the corner. Randall can't take him. It is 17-10, and the conversion's going to be good as well. It's going to be 17-12. Oh, my days. What have we got? What have we got? We have got a game. We have got an absolute game of ruggers on our hands. Wales found a way back in, and England haven't been able to cope in the last 10 minutes. All of a sudden, that domination of the first 50 minutes has wilted away as Wales claw back this lead. Jesus. Hold on to your socks. This time the kick goes through, so it is 17-12. Oh. Get your votes in on the poll. What are we saying? Here comes Ben Youngs. So Randall will take his leave and Ben Youngs will come on to try and steady the ship. 115 caps. No player has ever played more for his country. Jason Leonard held the record before this for 21 years, apparently. So congratulations to Ben Youngs. As England look to settle the ship. Oh, if England lose this and they bring on George Ford, you know he's going to get the blame for it. Faletau then. As Basham and Knowles have a little bit of niggle. And Wales will kick and clear their lines down the throat of Freddie Stewart, who will have a run. Up comes Sinclair. And Beard, and I'm not sure who else, but they drive him back about 5 metres. And Marcus Smith is forced to put this one up into the early evening sky. And it's great work from Malins, who tips it back to Dombrandt. England with advantage as Youngs gives it to Yules, who flicks it back out of the back of the hand pass to Smith, who will kick that downfield and kick away advantage. And England will drive this back towards halfway through Stewart. Youngs then looking to get a bit of a better field position through Itoje. Wales doing a good job of slowing down the breakdown now and putting this English attack under a bit more pressure as use it is called from the referee, and Ben Youngs will put that up into the sky for Williams. Oh, that's well taken by Max Malins with the oncoming Josh Adams breathing down his throat as again Ellis Genge looks to carry up and is doing some heavy lifting work in the latter part of this game. Who's that stays down? Daly stays down, but he's back to his feet gingerly as Laws. Looks like Nick Ezekwe is coming on as well for Charlie Yules in a moment, so look to see that as Genge carries up again. Smith, a little dink over the top. It doesn't bounce well, and Smith is on top of Williams. Huge pressure, and Smith slow to get up himself now as he limps into position, and Wales now pegged back into their own 22. So you look to use Faletau to work their way towards the wing to try and get some better field position for this kick. And this one is not fired into touch. Slade, who finds a Freddie Stewart at full tilt, who's crashing into contact. Sinclair with the offload out the side door for George. This is a cracking game of ruggers. Dombrandt, both sides throwing everything at this as Malins looks to sneak through, really growing into this tournament in this game. Simmons looks to find the inside shoulder but can't quite as he's carved down on the 22. Dombrandt carries up now. Play on, says the referee, as Youngs protests that somebody's holding on to his ankle. Is that Genge again? It is Genge again. Brought down by Falatau. Smith. Oh, he just holds on to it for a second. Just second guesses his decision making. And it just allows Wales to get on the front foot. Youngs has a little show and go of his own. And now England are up into the 22 as Simmons steps in as scrum half. And as they do, it's lost forward by Sinclair. And Wales have the advantage, and there's about 60 knock-ons, but none of them for Wales as Josh Adams tries to skip around and Williams looks for space, and there is some outside. As Cuthbert carries up to the 10 and Knowles on top of him, and they lose their advantage, and Knowles is all over it, and England win the penalty for holding on. A little bit harsh that they're not coming back for the advantage there, but they had made sort of 15 metres, so I suppose, yeah, you could argue that the advantage was over fairly there, but it did feel quite quick. And no support coming for Cuthbert, so an easy decision for the referee, who's not had a great day for either side. Right. Ooh, this is a big old nudge. Marcus Smith has pointed to the posts and just wants to push this beyond the score for England. Probably the right decision. It is going to go through, so it will be an 8-point lead for England. It's about 45-metre kick. It's a decent nudge. We are just slightly behind ball tracking, so we'll bring you the kick as it comes to us on the screens. But ball tracking is slightly ahead of us, so I suppose that's the nature of a video file versus a graphic. Much easier to get down the broadband lines. Right. Anyway, Smith. No pressure. Sails just inside the left upright. And England lead by 8, 20-12. Tell me if you've got any fingernails left going into this last 12 minutes, because mine are wearing thin. Oh. Right, Ezekwe is on. As is Will Stewart as well. And Wales retain the kick-off. So good work from them. They realise that they've got to score twice now in 12 minutes. As Watkins drops it. And it will be an England scrum. So that'll be another 2 minutes off the clock. And England will look to hold on to this lead. There's no bonus points going to come for England in this game if they win it. But there may be a Welsh bonus point if they can find any point. Any score will get Wales a bonus point at the very least. And that could prove crucial come the end of this competition. Wow. Let me know where you're watching this as well. If you're enjoying the stream, please smash like and subscribe as well. We are on the road to, well, we achieved 870 today, didn't we? So we are on the road to 880. Can we get there? I'm not expecting us to get there today, but it would be nice to get there fairly soon. So do hit that subscribe button if you're new around here and enjoying the content and want some more. And it's an England penalty from the scrum for Wheeling. So more woes for Wales. Right. And, I mean, it's not a million miles kick, but it was in the middle of the field, so it's picked up about 25 metres, and England will have the line out just inside the Welsh 10. Jamie George with the put in. As Will Rowlands comes off. Oh, sorry, no. Ross Moriarty comes off for Seb Davis. So, here we go. With the line out. At the back for Nick Ezekwe, who drops it, and it is a penalty for playing the man in the air. Nick Ezekwe had contact in the air, and he's clapping his hands and smiling and applauding. Let's see if there's any fraudulence there. Yes, the inside arm of Beard just hooks his arm, and that's why Nick Ezekwe dropped the ball. Just slaps the wrist, and it's one of those things about contest. You can only touch the ball. So Marcus Smith will run down a little bit more time on this clock as he takes this penalty to the posts. And again, this is about 45 metres out. It's an identical, it's a mirror kick really. It's about the same place as the other kick was, but on the other side of the field. So Marcus Smith will look to blot this over. And it does go over. So England now lead 23-12. And all of that pressure that Wales had applied has been dwindled away in just 2 penalties. So Wales were right back in this game. Have now found themselves back to chasing this game with just 8.5 minutes left on the clock. 13 points the lead. It's going to be difficult to... I mean, it's not beyond the realms of possibility. If they get a quick try, on comes Marler. Joe Marler's 77th cap, I'm reliably informed, and he replaces Ellis Genge. Right. 8 minutes left on the stream. We're trying to get to 25 likes. We've got 21 as Stewart is taken in the air. He lands very heavily on his face, and there are oohs and ahs around the stadium. But referee is happy with that. Didn't really get a good look at it as, again, Stewart leaps into the air and this time finds ground on his own, and the ball comes out to Courtney Laws. Marcus Smith then finds Simmons. And now they will form the Caterpillar. And Bigger now has fallen into the fullback slot as Cuthbert will reach up into the air and take that. And Wales now start the attack. Being driven back by this pressing England defence, but they are able to find some space. Adams dancing inside. And now Wales look to stretch England the other way. So they work touchline to touchline. Who's that? Dombrandt sat down. Bigger. Davis. Over the top for Adams. Again, wing-to-wing stuff. Trying to stress this tired English defence. Not really going forwards an awful lot, though, as they are now up to halfway. Anscombe on the blind side. Rowlands. Right. Okay. More fraudulence, but we're back. We're back. Okay. I promise I will look into what is going on with OBS and we'll find a solution. I'm so sorry as I watch these numbers dwindle down. Oh, what a shame. Never mind. Anyway, Marchant's on. There's 6 minutes left on the clock. There is so much pressure on this game now. as England look to assert their dominance in the final closing moments and keep their Six Nations dream alive. Wales' flame, you would think, is dwindling, but it's not over yet. As the scrum rotates 180 degrees and the penalty is awarded to England. And again, that's more precious seconds off the clock for Wales. I do though. I really do wish that we didn't need the backs to come firing in to come and cheer this on. Okay, so players moved on a little bit, and Wales now have a penalty. As I'll just get a bit of stream lag there, and we catch that up. And Bigger is going to try and get as many metres as he can, and he'll find that just outside of the England's 22. So it's all good. Thank you to Big. Thank you. Thanks for sticking around, man. I appreciate it. Okay. 15 of you sexy mofos in here. Thank you so much for joining me for this. This has been a great game of rugby. Of course, if you haven't already hit the like button, we'd love you to do that. We're still 4 likes away from the 25 we've been chasing. And if you haven't hit the sub button as well, do that as well. Love to see you a little bit more often. You chatty bunch. As England kick the ball downfield and find Cuthbert, I think. Yes, Cuthbert. And he's carved down. And Wales just looking like they've got a little bit more anxiousness about the way they play as they look to try and spread this wide. And urgency is the word I'm looking for. Urgency about the way they play as Beard crashes up off Bigger as he resets himself and looks to move this wide again. Again, Wales opting with this tactic of trying to stretch this English defence by using lots of width. But England up to the task as they drift, and in drifting, they're able to just press up a little bit and offer some metres. Bigger offers the kick over the top, and Josh Adams, I think he's out cold. He took a knock on the head there. I think we probably need to have a look at that. As Morgan comes down the blindside wing, and the referee should really stop play here. As Josh Adams is being attended to, and hint of forward from Bigger, but as most professional refs do, he lets it go. Cuthbert then up towards the 22. Cuthbert's had a fantastic game. There was lots of naysayers on Twitter, and not rolling away is the call against Marler, so there will be a Wales penalty just outside of the 22, and we have got time off now to go and see if Josh Adams is okay. And well, that's the end of his afternoon. He looks like he doesn't know where he is. Both players had a bit of a whiplash look about them as they hit the contact. So, yeah. We're not gonna go back and have a look at it. Referee's happy that it's just a rugby incident, and Liam Williams will return to the field as a winger. Right. Oh, for the love of God. Marcus Smith's got man of the match again. I mean, he's been okay. I wouldn't say he's been outstanding. So on this channel, we don't do man of the match. We do Dick of the Day. Because my name's Dickie. And my Dick of the Day today is Ellis Genge. That man has carried and carried and carried. He's tackled and tackled and tackled. He has been an absolute workhorse machine. Yes, that's his job, but he's done it exceptionally well. So my dick of the day is not Marcus Smith. I'm not part of this media bumming of Marcus Smith. My dick of the day is going to Ellis Genge. Let me know who your player of the match was. Do you agree it was Marcus Smith? Yeah, I know he's scored 18 of the 23 points. But he's left 2 kicks out there, so England could have been even further in front. Anyway, we have a line out 6 metres out for Wales. Wales looking to apply the pressure, trying to at least squeeze the bonus point out of this, if not more, as the maul is set. 13 points the difference. As Lake carries off the back of the maul, and Faletau jumps in at scrum half. Tompkins carries up. Bigger, there's opportunities out wide, but Bigger gets forced to cut back inside. And advantage coming for Wales. 60 seconds left on the clock as we roll down the time in Twickenham. Penalty awarded. They go quickly. And it is going to be dotted down. It is going to be a try for Wales. And Bigger slapping his pals and wants the ball quickly. Wow. The referee hasn't allowed any quick play. And 5 metres out, or 6 and 7 metres out, is allowed it. Fair enough. To be fair, he's in the right place. He's in front of the referee. He's on the mark. It's all good. Yeah, there's no reason he couldn't have taken that quickly. So that's absolutely fine. England will... Bigger has taken that extremely quickly, and there is time to restart this. Wales trail by just 4. Could this be the upset of the competition? England can't kick it straight out, so they will have to give it back to Wales, and they go longish into the 22. Down the throat of Faletau. Simmons tackles. There's a long way for Wales to go as Anscombe carries up. England looking to drift. Davis snaffled up. England committing nobody to the breakdown. Just looking to fan out and reset. Oh, there's space out wide as Jack Morgan, Faletau just about able to hold on to that. Right on the touchline. Wales still asking questions. 6 phases in, and they're just outside their 22, but England sending out rushers and leaving holes behind them, and Wales trying to counter that. Rowlands, what a thrilling finish to this. As hands fly out in front, hoping to cling on to balls as they do. Oh, rubber sock on your hands, fellas. We need these to be sticky if you're in Wales tonight. Bigger over the top to Williams, who looks to find a hole, but Marcus Smith is there to plug it. No penalties from either team can be conceded here, as it's just going to give up field position or the end of the game. 13 phases now for Wales, and they are driven back into their own 22. No way out for Wales. England defence holding strong, but can it continue to do so? Here we go! 15 phases now. As Wales look to go wide fast outside. He's got to stay in field. It's a great flick to keep it in, and great take from Cuthbert as well. And Wales now working their way up towards the 10. And it's knocked on! It's all over! All over at Twickenham! Wales defeated! Oh, it's not! It's not all over! We are going to check an offside! Oh! 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 Like a virgin, I've come prematurely. It might not be over yet. It might not be over yet. Is Itoje onside? Oh, you can't tell from that. Oh. Oh, it is. It's a knock-on from Laws. Laws gets a finger to it and tips it on. It's just a knock-on. And it's given us a deliberate knock-on. Wow. So it is a penalty to Wales. They will be able to have a go at some field position. I think that's a little harsh, but it is what it is. Fingers were pointing up and he's looking to try and flick it back to himself. Bigger does find touch on the England 10. Oh, fuck me, I can't, not again. Right, Thomas, I'd love it. You'd love what? Ah. Right, here we go. 23 of you bad boys in here. 23 likes on the stream. Thank you so much. Let's see if we can get it to 25 by full time. We are in the red as Wales look to push on and find a way back into this. They haven't led throughout the game. They were 0 at half time and they have crept their way back. Jam. Oh, the big don't you dare start. Don't you dare start calling Jam. I can't live with Jam. Not another Jam. England holding strong defensively as Wales. And Itoje's come up with it. It's going to be all over because it's a penalty advantage. It is all over now. Ben Youngs wants to make absolutely sure. So he sets the caterpillar. He runs off with it and kicks it into touch. Oh, get your lamb sauce out because we have cooked it. It's beautiful and rare. Merry Christmas. Oh, well. The championship is still on. And it's probably all over for Wales now. David, you're more than welcome, mate. I've really enjoyed having you round. If she hasn't given birth yet, well, I'm hoping that she hasn't watched that game because that was enough to send her into all sorts of palpitations. Strawberries are safe today. A Domini Forza. It's well cooked. It's well cooked. Hey, what a game of rugby. What an absolute spectacle. Fair play to both teams. That was such an enjoyable game to watch. Oh, my nerves at the end as well. England, what are you doing? Oh, Everton, what are you doing? Man City 0, Everton 0. Thank you very much. Right. Holy smokes. Sally, catch you soon. Thanks for the sub, Sally. I really appreciate that. And you're more than welcome. Take care, the big. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't joined the Discord, join the Discord. That'll let you know when we go wide. Send in your shirts as well. Your photos of your shirts from your local club. We'll get those into the halftime show reel. I've got a few ideas for that halftime show that can keep it a little bit fresh for you all, rather than just looking at some stats, because that is boring as shit, and you all disappear at halftime normally. So yeah, there's the link in the chat for the Discord. Go and join us there, and continue the conversation with each other. Right, what a game of rugby. I'm going to go and change my underwear because I have jizzed all over myself. So we will leave it there. As always, face down, ass up. That's the way we like to ruck.